Hi, I'm Jonathan Kales.
And I'm Amy Kales. And together we make up the Northern Virginia divorce mediation practice of Kales and Kales.
I've been practicing law in Northern Virginia for more than 20 years. We're not just mediators, we're also attorneys. The practice of the focus of my practice, should I say, has been exclusively divorce and family law. My interest in mediation goes back to my days in law school, way back in the 1990s, where in my first year of law school, I took a mediation clinic where I essentially served as an apprentice attorney mediating disputes in the court system. The first year of law school, if you know anything about it, is
Not fun.
it's not fun. It's known to be not fun. But I enjoyed that mediation clinic a great deal. I mediated custody disputes, parenting disputes, and a few other things. I enjoyed it immensely, so much so that my thought was maybe I'd really like to do this someday with my legal career. While we litigated for many years, I never really enjoyed that aspect of our practice. I don't think either one of us did. Um, and About 10 years ago, we took a chance and stopped taking litigation. We stopped taking court cases. We limited our practice exclusively to divorce mediation, collaborative divorce, and uncontested divorce. And you don't really need to know the exact difference between all of those things, but the key thing with divorce mediation and those other options is they're out of court options. They're settlement ways to go about settling your case and avoiding court. And again, that's all we do these days.
Yeah, and I started my career doing insurance coverage work at a big firm in DC, but that was really never for me. Since we founded our firm in 2004, I've been doing exclusively family law and exclusively in Virginia. About 7 years ago, Jonathan and I started co-mediating, and all of our mediations are conducted that way now. So what is co-mediation? What does that entail? Basically, the two of us will meet with our mediation clients together and we'll work with you together to reach resolution of all the issues that are relevant to your divorce. We also both work on the draft of your marital settlement agreement, and we both work with you in all communications.
Okay, so what is this? We keep referring to mediation and that we limited our practice pretty much exclusively to mediation. Mediation is a process where a neutral person, a trained neutral, helps you with any sort of disagreement or dispute that you have, and with our cases, helps you with your divorce. And we facilitate the conversations that are necessary, and we tell you the topics that you need to cover in order to get to what is referred to as a marital settlement agreement.
You might have heard that called a property settlement agreement or a separation agreement, but
Right.
the title is really stylistic. We use marital settlement agreement.
Right. And so that agreement, once each spouse has signed it, coupled with you being separated for the required period of time to get divorced in Virginia, which is 6 months if you don't have minor children, and it's 1 year if you do have minor children. If we're able to help you get to that agreement, you sign it, number one, and number two, you have been separated for the required period of time, then you are in a position to get an uncontested divorce. So essentially, we're trying to get you to that agreement, help you to be able to sign a marital settlement agreement so you can get an uncontested divorce, avoid court, and all the expense that goes with that, both financial and emotional. That all sounds like good stuff and tends to attract a lot of people. But mediation, we tell this to everyone. We know we want as many clients as possible, but we also want people to mediate who are likely to succeed. So you should be aware that mediation tends to, in our experience, result in a settlement where the conflict level with the couple compared to other divorcing couples. So we know that there's conflict in just about every case. But the conflict level in cases that succeed in mediation tends not to be above, say, a 5, maybe a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. Amy and I are quite good, at what we do. We're good at facilitating. We're good at coming up with options, helping you to compromise, all this stuff that is needed, to get people to agreement. But if you're War of the Roses,
mediation may not be the best choice.
Mediation may not be the best choice. It doesn't mean you can't settle your case, and there are options out there.
Absolutely.
But mediation is probably not the way to go.
All right. So with that said, why would you choose Kales and Kales? What sets us apart from other mediation practices out there? Well, first, as we mentioned, all of our mediations are co-mediations. So that allows us to use our complementary strengths to help get you to that resolution, get you towards settlement. Jonathan tends to be an outside of the box and creative thinker, while I tend to be more linear. We've often joked that I tend to think in outline form. It's just the way my thought process works. So when we conduct our mediations, I take the notes in outline form, which are then forwarded to our mediation clients after the session.
So you don't have to take notes if you don't want to during the mediations.
Of course, you're welcome to jot things down or take notes as much as you want, but you will get a copy of the notes that
we take care of. I should say Amy takes care of that for you.
Exactly. The other thing that is a benefit of having co-mediation or conducting co-mediations is that, well, with the two of us, it's the male-female perspective. Sometimes we hear things in different ways just because of our gender, just the way we perceive the world. So it's not unusual for one of us to stop the mediation and say, I just want to make sure I'm understanding the wife correctly. Is this what you mean? Or I'm not understanding the husband correctly. Is that what you meant? Also, because there's two of us in a mediation session and there's two of you, there's more of us to observe different things. So we have the ability to observe things like changes in body language or changes in tone, like the non-spoken things that matter in a mediation.
And with two sets of eyes, as opposed to one, which is what you get with most mediators. With most mediators, they practice alone. Mm-hmm. One set of eyes, but with us, we have an extra set of eyes, and therefore one of us may notice something that the other one didn't, or that a single mediator might not pick up.
Right. Now, since there are two of us, it often leads to the question.
Right. It's a very common thing. In fact, almost always people ask, does that mean that you're charging double?
Right.
Because there's two of us, and we understand why you would ask that question. And the answer, though, is no. We are not charging twice the normal rate. We charge, our rate is right in the range of what is typical. If you were to hire a single mediator, we are not individually on the clock. We are not charging double. It's basically, it's 2 for 1. We love to mediate together. We think we make a good team as mediators. And so, we offer that typical rate, but, with the both of us.
Right. And then finally, another benefit to working with Kales and Kales is that we are both attorneys, as we mentioned. Some mediators are not attorneys, but we are, and we're well versed in Virginia family law. But the other thing is that we're local, and it's just the two of us. So it's very personal. You'll get very personalized attention, and your case truly matters to us.
Right. We're not a large group. With that, I guess the last bit is the proverbial contact us. You can contact us by phone at 703-896-7580, or you can email us at contactus@kaleslaw.com. Either way is fine. And if you want to do that and set up a free consultation, we'd be happy to talk with you by Zoom or by phone and tell you a lot more detail about the process and to answer any questions that you might have.
We'd love to talk. We'd love to hear from you. So, also, as they say, don't forget to like our video and subscribe below. Thanks.